Support for Steppin Out comes in part from the Kristovich family in honor of Mary Lou and Bill Kristovich. This program is sponsored in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support the arts and culture in the greater New Orleans area.
Good evening, I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Chef Greg Sonnier, owner of Gabrielle Restaurant. Welcome, Chef.
Thank you.
So good to see you. Hello.
Too. Thank you.
Making her Steppin Out debut, Nikki Hefko of the New Orleans School of Ballet, here to tell us all about their performances of the Nutcracker in New Orleans. Welcome, dear.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you. And Alan Smason of Crescent City Jewish News and theatercriticism.com. Later on in the show, actress, director Leslie Castay and singer Whitney Mixon would join us to showcase Southern Rep Theatrre's Manditory Merriment. But I wanted to show you before we visit with Chef Greg, this is this year's Mion Faget adornment, and it's a sand dollar. She's been doing this for 4 decades, every year, and this is so beautiful, a sand dollar. Chef Greg, Gabrielle, my goodness, in business since 1992, originally in Esplanade.
Yeah.
When I walk into that restaurant now in Orleans by Rocheblave, not too far from Dookie Chase, I feel like I'm in a French country inn.
Yes, I got to say, we took over a building that was formerly a grocery store, and it was like that all the way back into the 50s, or probably when they first built it. And we wanted to transform it into somewhat like the old Gabrielle and have some characteristics of it, but also kind of put our own little splash on it. And you're right, it's very, very homey. I got to say, the walls are adorned right now with every Jazz Fest official Jazz Fest poster there ever was. And if somebody wants to come in and see that, they're more than welcome to.
Absolutely. Some of your dishes, I know you're certainly known for so many, but the duck, you have some signature dishes as well. Huh?
Correct. Our roast duck, I got to say, is one of our most popular. It was featured in the New York Times, and a lot of people come in and order that dish because it's slow roasted all day long, and then it's served with over some shoestring potatoes in an orange sherry sauce after it's deboned and the skin is fried to where it's a crackling sitting on top.
I know we have a few photos of the restaurant and some of the dishes as well, but yes, it's very, very homey, and it's so well located too, right there, right outside the quarter. And
exactly, we're right off the interstate, so if people want to get off on Orleans Avenue and just loop back around towards Dookie Chase, and I got to say, Dookie Chase is probably the bedrock of the neighborhood, and anything around it kind of complements them for sure.
And look at these dishes. So you're in the kitchen, keeping pretty busy.
Yeah.
And we should give credit to your wife, Mary, of course. Now, didn't you all? Is it true that you all met in Chef Paul Prudhomme's kitchen?
We did. We both worked for Chef Paul back a long time ago, back in the black and redfish days, we called it. And Mary was the pastry chef, and I was just one of the cooks in the kitchen. And yeah, we met and fell in love underneath the stove, or over the stove, I guess.
Over the stove, right. Now, we should point out that the name of the restaurant, Gabrielle, why is it called Gabrielle, Chef?
That's right. Gabrielle was named after my grandmother and my daughter, Gabby. We call them both for short, Gabby for short. And she, when we first opened up, she was just a little baby, and now she manages Gabrielle on Orleans Avenue, and she's the boss.
She's front of the house, if you will.
She is. She's front of the house, but believe me, she has a lot of influence on the back, and she does a very good job, and I'm very, very proud of her.
Well, we wanted to thank you because you all are a part of the season of Good Taste Dinners, but it's sold out, so we don't even have to talk about that.
I got to say, it's a worthwhile event, and if anybody has ever a chance to do the season or go to attend a season of Good Taste Dinner, it's very well worth it.
Yeah.
And I did put a lot of thought into it because ours is on 12th night. Obviously, you're not going to be able to make it,
know, I'm a little busy that night, but anyway,
we'll
sorry.
have a grand time, I can tell you, and I can't wait to cook up this beautiful dinner.
Well, I really enjoyed being at your restaurant, and I'll be there actually soon. But all the best to you, and you just did a great job. The fact that it was a grocery store.
Yeah, it was a grocery store for the longest time, and kind of serviced the area. You know, back in those days, everything was neighborhoody.
Of course.
And this was a meat and seafood market. And today, if you go on the assessor's website, there's still a picture of that place sitting up there. So it's kind of neat. So.
Well, thank you once again, and thank you to Mary and to Gabi.
Thank you.
And Nikki, we're so glad there are many Nutcrackers out there.
There are a lot of
We wanted to focus on yours. You have Roots in Mobile with the Dance Theater of Harlem.
Yes.
And tell us about your involvement with this particular production.
So this is our third year with our production, and when I had the idea, well, we should do something at the school. I always loved dancing Nutcracker when I was a young dancer, and performing is so important for young students, especially if they would like to maybe become a professional one day. So I thought, there are a lot of Nutcrackers in New Orleans. What am I going to do to make ours stand out? And I thought, New Orleans. Maybe we should put it in the Nutcracker, and that's what I did. So we have lots of food references in there. We have king cakes and stuffed mirlitons. We have pelicans.
And you don't have mice, you have...
We have nutria. So instead of the Rat King, we have Queen Nutria, who battles the Nutcracker. And so anything that I could think of, and there's so much in New Orleans, so it was really easy. There are lots of things that I would love to put in that I am not able to, just because it would be like an overstuffed turkey. So I don't know. Maybe we'll cycle things back and forth.
And you're at the Contemporary Arts Center this year?
Yes, we are. And it's a wonderful collaboration. We're a part of their community collaboration there. So they want to support local arts organizations. And so we're doing our performances there, and they've been really wonderful, and the space is beautiful.
And Adams Street is very busy throughout the year?
It is, yes. And we have our season coming up with our spring classes. So the young dancers are really excited.
What are the age ranges?
In the performance, we have dancers 5 to 18 years old.
All right.
And but at our school, we start as young as 3.
Ooh.
Yes.
And the cuteness quotient, I'm sure, is very high.
It's pretty unbelievable how cute they are.
Well, good luck with all that.
Thank you
Glad
so
you're
much.
Here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Patricia Grace told us the name of the local jazz trumpeter and vocalist who has a whimsical song about what all he wants for Christmas, as well as a fondness for barbecue, Kermit Ruffins, and all he wants for Christmas is the Saints in the Super Bowl. Yay! All right. Now tonight's question. This local musician has his own humorous version of the 12 Days of Christmas. Who is he? And what is the name of his version of the song? Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prize is a year's subscription to Louisiana Life magazine. And tonight we have a dish towel with the message, Merry Nola Christmas, from our friends at wearablevegetables.com. We also have a pair of complimentary French Quarter walking tour tickets, courtesy of the Friends of the Cabildo. Tours running daily. Go to friendsofthecabildo.org for more info. We also have these very special stockings made by artist B. Viz, and you can go to wyes.org/steppinout for our online calendar, including listings for numerous performances of other Nutcrackers taking place around town. Also, City Park Celebration in the Oaks lasts through January the 1st, and Audubon Zoo's Light Showcase is taking place on selected nights through December 30th. Visit our calendar for more info on all of these events. You can also link to our WYES YouTube channel to see our program. And there's lots of Christmas music with New Orleans as a backdrop. It only begins to describe Southern Rep's current production of Manditory Merriment. Here is actress, director Leslie Castay, who recently visited with us to spotlight the show. Southern Rep's Mandatory Merriment was so popular last year. Leslie, you brought it back.
Year 2, bigger, better, new jokes for a new year. A lot of stuff has happened in New Orleans this year, so we're ready for you with
Describe
some
the
great
setup.
stuff. The setup is 5 strangers find themselves stranded in a dive bar in the French Quarter for 3 days before Christmas due to a freak once-in-a-century blizzard.
Now, you were the dramaturg, the director.
I co-created this piece with Ian Hoke, who's also in the cast. He plays a character in the show. He plays a tourist from Iowa, and he's pretty hilarious.
And this is a mix of songs that we have heard, but some relatively new ones, too.
Yes, some
correct?
familiar holiday songs that you would know and some brand new ones, such as this one that have Whitney Mixon, who plays Angela in the show, and Ainsley Matich, our wonderful musical director, will be singing an original song by Bonu Gibson, our own New Orleans Bonu Gibson.
Bonu.
This song is entitled Bon Ton Cajun Christmas.
All right. Now, we have 2 more weeks left.
Yes,
Okay.
through the 29th, so we
I
even
like
have the
that.
weekend after the holidays.
The idea that you do that. And then some personal news, something coming up at a certain sports event.
You might want to tune in. I don't know if it'll be broadcast, but if you happen to be in the Superdome for the Sugar Bowl, you might see and hear a familiar voice singing the national anthem.
Yes,
So,
congratulations.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's hear Bon Ton Christmas.
Santa working like a demon, getting ready for Christmas Day. When the work's all done and it's time for fun, he heads the New Orleans way. Santa really likes to party, the Cajuns teach him how. So we come down here for a little cheer and a good time on the bayou. Let's it bon ton roulette, a little get us pulled in the sleigh. Let's it bon ton roulette, Santa Claus singing all the way. It's a bon ton Cajun Christmas, Santa coming back to town on Christmas night when the moon is bright. He'll be second lining all around. The skiff got loads of presents, something there for you and me. We'll have a bon ton Cajun Christmas, dance around the Christmas tree. Let's it bon ton roulette, a little get us pulled in the sleigh. Let's it bon ton roulette, Santa Claus singing all the way. It's a bon ton Cajun Christmas, Santa coming back to town on Christmas night when the moon is bright. He'll be second lining all around. The skiff got loads of presents, something there for you and me. We'll have a bon ton Cajun Christmas, dance around the Christmas tree, dance around the Christmas tree, dance around the Christmas tree.
Mandatory Merriment is so much fun. I saw it, Alan saw it, we both really enjoyed it. It runs through December 29th at Southern Rep Theatrre on Bayou Road. There's plenty of parking, but it's also, there's a parking lot too, but it's very easy to park on the street too. Go to southernrep.com to purchase tickets. And now it is time for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight we are highlighting the work of artist and musician Tony Green. We have 2 oil and linen canvas works of art. This is Carnival Balcony Nola, and this is The Magic of Carnival, and that's, of course, in Venice. Tony spends part of his year in Venice, wow, and in the Quarter. He will have a showing of his work this Sunday, December 22nd, from noon until the studio, which is amazing. It's at 518 Governor Nichols. It's really a great space. Call 522-8379 for details. And now, Alan.
Hope it stops flooding there in Venice.
Yes, yes.
We had our problems. Well, you know, there's a lot of great Christmas shows out there. We already talked the last couple of weeks about what's going on around town, but I wanted to mention one that's really great for families, and that's the Radical Buffoons Rapunzel. Yeah, that's a take on the Rapunzel tale, if you will. Really, it's an opportunity for the families to get together, to sit in the chairs, or maybe, perhaps, to sit on the turf floor that they've established there, right in front of the stage, and just have a great time with the kids. It's directed by Tori Hayward. This is really a kids show, and it speaks about loss and acceptance. Reginald, there with the big hair, played by Brian Eglin, is recovering from the death of his father, and his overprotective mother, Zondra Howard, really won't let him go out to play. And so essentially, his huge head of hair really does not make any difference to this precocious friend of his, Kenzie, who encourages him to come out. She's played by Alexandria Miles. And again, this is an opportunity for his mother to kind of let go. Meanwhile, there are some other neighborhood characters at large. Alex, Jesse, and Dee Dee, played by Alex Frosch, Olivia Ross, and Justin William Davis. And they're on set basically there to kind of like chide him. In the end, though, the show shows that there is some growth from Reginald and his mother, as well as the others accepting him. The story is told with original music by Kiri Armstead, who does the sound design, and we know that he's a great actor in his own right, too. Choreography by Kelly Steph White. The kids dance around, and all the little kids who are in front of the stage and in the seats just have a great time. Again, this is the work of John Green, who, of course, is with the Radical Buffoons. And we talked this last week talking about a lot of things going on in the theater community. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's really quite a great find for us here in New Orleans. He's come here to live, and we hopefully will see some more good things from him coming up. We were talking about in this next year. Now, this is essentially a show that's really more for kids than adults, but A Christmas Story, the musical, is really a show that is more for adults and kids, and really it's an adult story. So it opened just last night. Again, those of you who, I should say not last night, but a few nights ago, it tells the story of a young boy's search for the perfect Christmas gift. And what is it again? A Red Ryder BB air rifle, and the lengths that he will go to get that rifle. Now, it's based on the 1983 MGM film that was made by native New Orleanian Bob Clark, who directed it. The story is centered on Ralphie Parker, and his brother Randy, of course, is there, his mom and his dad. Now, both Tommy Druin and Ian Shaw play the role of Ralphie. Chris Karsten plays Gene Shepard here. You see him. Now, Gene Shepard is also the narrator of the piece. And let me just tell you, those of you who are not familiar with him, he was a short story writer. He was heard on radio. He channels that character of Ralphie with the wisdom of an adult, but also the heart of a kid at large. The real Gene Shepard, by the way, wrote that short story, as I mentioned, and it was based on the short story called In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. It's seen by many, many people, really as a sneak peek back into an innocent time in America. Really a time before a series of wars and conflicts made the term peace on earth and goodwill to all men quite implausible. Christopher Swan, by the way, plays an integral part. There he is. He plays the role of Frank Parker, the old man, as it were. His big dance number is a major award, and you really, if you've not seen the film, you have to understand what it's all about in the major award, and I'm not going to reveal it right now, but I will tell you, this is a really over-the-top, big dance break opportunity.
Very Busby Berkeley.
Oh, yes. And also another one that I would mention to you that, Ralphie's in front and center is Ralphie to the Rescue. Now, those of you who have not seen this before, I'm not going to try to explain it to you, but it's a scene that is later in the musical. But Brian Gatzwig is really special. I should say Brianna Gatzwig's really special as the mother in this. She has one big song in the second act. Really, a lot of funny songs in this. A lot of great work done by the kids, especially like songs like "Sticky Situation." You just saw "Up on Santa's Lap," "You'll Shoot Your Eye Out." Great opportunities for these cast of kids, and there they are, there to really show off their talent.
The visit to Santa is quite memorable.
It's wonderful,
isn't it?
wonderful. Benj Pasek and Justin Paul, they wrote this back in 2010. Today, they're better known for The Great Showman, for La La Land, and Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway. The show's full of great music.
So they added music to the original story.
Well,
yes.
What happened was it originally went out in 2009. It didn't do too well. They hired Benj and Justin to rewrite the music. And since that time, it's been on stage and done quite well. It went to Broadway back in 2012 and returned in 2013, and it's been on national tour ever since. But it's highly recommended. Go check out Christmas Story, the musical. Now, I do want to mention that we do have some other things going on after the New Year rolls in, and they just added a new show for the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra. They're going to be playing the soundtrack to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I imagine that this will be the first of what will probably be 7 concerts like this. The second show is added to the Mahalia Jackson Theater, so that's Friday night, January the 17th at night at 8 p.m., and then Saturday afternoon a matinee performance at 2 p.m. So that's going to be the LPO. Go out and support your LPO. This is going to be what I think will be a great opportunity to take cinema and the quality of the Hollywood arts and mix it with the classical arts.
All right, thank you very much. And Christmas Story was a delight.
Yes.
I have to say, it was.
And I've got the CD, which I'm probably the only person. They didn't do any merchandising last night, so I said, on Tuesday night, this is unbelievable that they're not selling any of these CDs. Great CD, I love it.
It's great. And now time for our picks. Greg, favorite dish on your menu these days, apart from?
Well, I got to say that coming in and seeing every Jazz Fest poster that was ever made is really a treat for a lot of people. And then also, we will have, and we're going to try to do it with Hamilton. We did it this past year and formulate a menu after the play somewhat, so people can come in beforehand. It's a nice pre-theater dinner, and then come in and go see the play. So it kind of makes an evening more festive instead of just going to a play.
All right, great. Nikki, let's hear a little bit more about you. We didn't really, when did you move to New Orleans?
I've moved to New Orleans twice. I attended Loyola University when I graduated high school, and that was back in 1993. And I came back in 2014 after I had moved to New York, and I had my dance career there. So, and then 2014, I came back and had a baby, and then also took over this ballet school when he was 4 months old.
So it's been a busy time for you.
It's been really busy, and they both my son Taras and the school have grown together, and I'm learning how to do both at the same time. Okay. So that's been really great.
Wow, very challenging, but we're delighted you're here. And Alan?
Well, I don't want to harp on the CD, but I did want to mention that Liz Callaway is the original mother on this
really?
CD.
Such a good cabaret performer.
And of course, a great performer. She's been nominated for Tony Awards, and her sister, of course, Ann Hampton Callaway, also an accomplished singer. I'm still waiting for them to come to New Orleans. But anyway, Liz was on the Christmas Story CD, and I wanted to mention that she's going to be back in New Orleans. Now, she was here for a fundraiser for Le Petit back about 2-3 years ago.
But she played at Le Chatenois a few years ago, too.
She played she was one of the closing acts for Le Chatenois and played with Alex Rybeck. But this time, she's going to be back in New Orleans at NOCA with none other than the mayor of Broadway himself, Seth Rudetsky, who was just here, by the way, with Audra McDonald. And I just got to give a shout-out to Mark Cortali Productions. He has been doing some amazing stuff, and he brought back Audra for the 3rd time in a row. So January the 11th, you're going to see Liz Callaway on stage with Seth Rudetsky. This was the 3rd time that Audra McDonald was in town, a 6-time Tony Award winner who is as gracious and as lovely as she is talented.
And the Lupin Theater at NOCA really works well for that.
Oh, my goodness,
It's easy to park.
Yeah.
I'm into the parking.
We get a little slice of what they have up at the Art House in Provincetown every summertime. And so we're getting all of these big-name Broadway stars who are coming down one-on-one with Seth Rudetsky. He does the interviewing and, of course, does the accompanying. And just fantastic. So we'll see some more good things, I think, coming up from Mark Cortali. But
right.
thank you, Mark.
And tonight I have plenty of picks. First of all, this is a wonderful stocking stuffer now on sale at the Ogden Museum of Southern Arts gift shop. It's a shirt that says collage educated. Aren't we all, right? No, created by Tom Barisco Designs, very talented. The museum is, of course, located at 925 Camp Street and is open daily from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit ogdenmuseum.org for more info. The New Orleans Fairgrounds Racecourse Family Holiday Celebration takes place tomorrow from noon to 4. Admission is just $5. Children 12 and under are free. Pictures with Santa and other family activities, caroling, and all kinds of great things at the fairgrounds, plus the beautiful horses. And caroling in Jackson Square returns to the French Quarter this Sunday, December 22nd from 7 to 8 p.m. This free community sing-along brings, of course, many in attendance together for an hour of celebration and carols. Gates open at 6:30. Prior to the caroling, the Patio Planters, who stage the caroling, offer a holiday home tour featuring 6 French Quarter homes and all their regalia decorated for the season. The self-guided tour takes place from 1 to 4 p.m. Tickets are $20 if ordered in advance and $25 the day of. Visit patioplanters.net to purchase tickets. Phil Malasa and friends will be performing Christmas Cabaret tomorrow and Sunday starting at 8 p.m. at the Monkey Hill Bar on Magazine Street. Admission is $20. The show is described as a musical cabaret that makes St. Nick jump, laugh, and sing, featuring such songs as, of course, the more solemn Ave Maria, and also we have White Christmas and many more, featuring Phil on the piano, and on vocals also his wife Heidi, Dr. Hunter Ventura, Larry Barron, and Alden Hagedorn bring their mirth, and a delightful setting too. It used to be a restaurant right next to the Monkey Hill Bar, 202-0986 for reservations. Looking forward to it. I've attended many of their other cabaret shows. It's a whole lot of fun, and you can, of course, order drinks. And one last thing, the Friends of Cabildo also have some Christmas tours, so you can go to their website for that, too. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Good night, and happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy Hanukkah.
Merry Christmas.
This program is sponsored in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support the arts and culture in the greater New Orleans area. Support for Steppin Out comes in part from the Kristovich family in honor of Mary Lou and Bill Kristovich.